Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is Luminous coming guys with the Pro to the commentary. Today we're casting MYM versus CLG. This is match number 2 of the best of 2 series, and joining me alongside is Purge Gamer from GhostGamer.net. What's up, Purge?
Not much. We're going to be watching the second game here. MYM played a very excellent first game. Really, the downhill slope really started with the lane. They just had a lane advantage, and from there, they pushed the win with some good ganking and things like that.
It was a very untraditional Crystal Maiden Ty lane with Ty on the farm, and he got up to a very fast Arcane Boots, fast level 6, and yeah, everything just went out of control. Also, CLG playing with a stand-in, so that definitely did not help that in that regard. Instead of Pinoy, who is usually playing a long lane, it is Nikwa, and I don't know who Nikwa is, but I could bet you that it's not the same level of chemistry or the same level of practice that they're experiencing. So it is going to be Dire first pick here. Brewmother, Anti-Mage, Chen, and Invoker are going to be the 4 bans.
Oh, you think so, huh?
I hope not, though. I want to see something different, you know?
Well, I don't know. I feel like things are kind of up in there. We're going to see the Chen this time from MYM, so he's not going to be in the game. They actually played him the previous game, to good effect, I think. But there, maybe Nature's Prophet might squeak through here. That's my guess, at least. Maybe a Night Stalker this game. Who knows? Night Stalker kind of interesting. A hero who is kind of went from like first round ban, and now people don't necessarily pick him up in the first round. Was there even a Rasta in last game?
No,
I don't think there was.
There wasn't.
That's very weird.
I mean, Dota 2 right now, it's just every week we have a new quote unquote meta game. It's just so hard to keep up what exactly is happening.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to lobby for a extra slot of ban because we are going to be seeing things like Syllabear, Lycanthrope, Shadow Demon. Destroyer actually is a decent anti-mage counter, so we might need another ban. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think I would agree. When Lone Druid, Lycan, and Shadow Demon are in the pool, I would say for sure. That's 3 heroes that are definitely bannable.
Right.
And maybe when Chaos Knight gets thrown in, things are going to shift a crap load. It's like all these things thrown around a lot. And OD, I think I'm excited to see him played. If you let him free farm, man, he is so much fun. It's like most broken hero in the game if you let him free farm.
Yep. And I mean, I don't think there's any carry in the current metagame aside from maybe like a really farm Void can really go toe to toe to OD. So
yeah.
It's gonna be a Furion ban right here from CLG. So MYM's thinking to themselves, do we give away Anti-Mage or do we give away Invoker?
Yeah, I would argue that Anti-Mage is he's a little bit more straightforward to picking against, but he's so hard to actually still win against. Like, I've seen it time and time again where they let them get an Anti-Mage, and they get like 4 pushing heroes, and they still lose the game. It's like, despite you can argue their counters, like, the numbers are still there. The Anti-Mages still win, they still get ridiculous gold per minute, and they just turtle long enough where they get that Manta style, and then things get easier, and then they get another item past that, and it's just over.
HY taking his time. I feel like whenever, maybe because I usually play support or I identify myself as a support player, I feel like whenever an anti-mage wins, I look towards his team. Oh man, look at his teammates, look at how well they're playing here, look at how well they're playing there. So I don't attribute enough of the quote-unquote carry potential from anti-mage to actually to the anti-mage. I always see it, say, oh man, look at the supports are warding nice. That's just my bias in that regard. So if I was choosing here, I was like, you know what, ban the Invoker, give away the anti-mage. It's fine. Just beat the team and you'll be okay. But it's HY's decision. It's going to ban the anti-mage. Okay. So Invoker first pick. No
yep.
questions asked.
There it is.
Yep.
Invoker going to be casting a lot of spells here. And how are they going to react to that? There's still some decent heroes in the pool. Maybe they'll pick up a Night Stalker right off the bat. Something like that. Maybe like Night Stalker Rasta or something. But that's kind of the problem here. Most of the really, really good heroes are out of the pool already. It could be argued either way, but how are they going to respond to this? They obviously weren't really sure what they wanted to do there, as told by the fact that they spent like an entire minute of their bonus time deciding whether they want to do Anti-Mage or Invoker. Maybe they're just trying to formulate how their strategy would adjust based on that, now that Invoker is for sure in the pool, and they're pick up a Windrunner. That's going to give them a hard disable against Invoker, which is really, really nice to do. Some people argue that Windrunner is a pretty good counter to Invoker. But what would
it's like a counter to everything.
Yeah.
I mean, she has stun,
That's
she
true.
has nuke, she has laning ability. Could get an early hex if you need her to. She's just a great hero, and obviously, for the 2,885 time she is picked in a pro game, probably that number was an understatement. It's gonna go for Lich, so a little bit worried about laning potential, maybe teamfight potential. We don't see a Darkstare being picked up. That's very strange. And if you give Darkseer alongside to Invoker, that is a very, very scary dot.
Yeah, that's really true. You can do stuff like EMP Tornado their entire team easy and follow that up with a Deafening Blast, and then they all stand around for like 4 seconds being like, how do we win this team fight now? There's no way. Especially if you can vacuum that into like a wall of replica, it just gets
It's just pretty ugly. Yeah, it's pretty ugly. And I think the Darkseer would be a perfect counter to Lich, especially if teamfight gets really ugly. I wonder if MYM wants to go the silence approach and deal with the Invoker. Like the Night Stalker, as you talked about, Puck would be decent choice, and maybe a fringe pick. The Silencer might not be a bad choice, especially now you're going up against a very impactful hero such as Tidehunter. If you get the silence off, he's pretty much useless. So we'll see. Vengeful Spirit is being the pick. Vengeful Spirit is another hero that we've been forgetting. She's trending quite a bit and winning quite a lot of games as well.
She's been trending for years, man.
That's
why I never talk about
Right,
it.
okay.
She's been a staple always. Occasionally, it's not always. I mean, there were periods of time where Vengeful Spirit was like every single game, but it isn't always like. I don't know. She's always been a very good staple, especially after the Terror remake. She got actually a lot better. In my opinion. I like the Lich pick though. I think they might try to beat Invoker in lane, which could make a big difference, because normally his laning potential is ridiculous. If you do a 1 versus 1 situation, Invoker can beat almost everybody, so if you put Lich in that lane, throw him in the mid lane, give him another hero maybe, and just be able to sacrifice like crazy, you can really shut down his farm. But they're going to go for a Venomancer, which is going to give them gank potential, team fight, as well as pushing.
Yep. Strange to see that the Venomancer got picked up by the MYM squad when CLG's Loda really loved that hero, opting for Venge and Veno instead. Now, of course, if you guys are not familiar why Invoker is such a beast in the lane, at level 3 he will have 7 HP regen per second, and there's very little heroes that could trade hits against a hero that with 7 HP regen per second. So a few ways that you could beat him is to gank him to death, which can be somewhat difficult if there's good ward coverage down. You could try to out-nuke him, which I think Lich can do that job. Windrunner sort of could do that job. Or you just outpush the Invoker and grab the runes, which is a decent counter to as well. The Void and Beastmaster is going to be the ban choice for CLG. MYM opting for Darkseer and something else.
Yeah, I think the Beastmaster ban is very smart. That's probably, like we said, a ganking hero that could take out an Invoker. If you do get the ganks off, Roar just like really fills so many different roles like that, and it just makes it easier to do everything in the game, especially when you're ganking. It's so good to just stun somebody for a really long duration, get the hits in, throw in your next disables, and it's very, very reliable stun. Stuff like that makes it quite easy to go after a hero like Invoker, but both teams could go either way. I think MYM's a little bit more covered against a hard carry potential, then they might shift their Lich against the hard carry instead of the Invoker, but at the moment I think they're more worried about the Invoker than any other hero, and I actually like the fact that both teams are down to like no bonus time here. They have to make their decisions quite fast.
I know, they're thinking about what carries to pick, what carries to ban, and why I'm opting to ban a Weaver, which is not what I had in mind at all. Weaver have not seen any play for the past 2-3 weeks, so at least I haven't seen him play. I'm not too sure whether in other tournaments he's picked or not, but that's a very interesting choice. Neither team has really true hardcore carries. There is a hardcore carry, as again the counter continues to go up. 8 games in a row, 7 games in a row, whatever the number is, Mirana's picked up as a 4th pick in this case, and she is a strong DPS machine if you give her enough farm, and Lion is going to be the answer. So it seems like MYM going to go for a really early mid-game lineup and just pray to God that they finish the game then, because they will not have any chance against Invoker and Mirana. I don't care what their last pick is, they will not have a chance against Mirana and Invokers once past 45 minutes in the game.
Yeah, I actually love the Lion pick. He's actually a pretty good hero against Invoker. Obviously, very strong ganking. He's got the stun, he's got the hex, and then he can ulti, which does a lot of burst damage. So if you pop a dust or something like that, get the first stun off, have somebody else do damage to Invoker as well, it really fills a lot of gaps as well. So I would love to see a Lion go solo mid against Invoker, maybe with a Lich support or something like that. I don't know, maybe that's not the best option.
See, yeah.
It's hard to say, but he will fill those gaps. If you can kill the Invoker before he gets the Ghost Walk off, things are going to be looking good for you.
Pugna is going to be a choice for Loda, and this is going to be a great pick. Nether Ward down, that is going to be the hardcore counter to Lion. I mean, Lion can still cast, but the chances are he's going to take a lot of damage, or he might even kill himself before he even gets his spells off, because the Nether Ward deals damage before the spell is cast by any heroes. Venomancer ult takes 200 mana. That is a huge zap. Chain Frost takes quite a bit of mana. So the 3 casters on this dire side is going to be really wrecked up here by that Pugna, and of course Pugna can be in a pushing tri-lane. Let's see how they're going to tri-lane this. Are they going to tri-lane the Mirana, or are they going to tri-lane the Pugna, or we're going to see some sort of dual lane? And
Yeah.
Pugna can be a very dangerous pusher in that instance as well.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. They might just throw the bottom top, maybe do like Pugna mid, and then do the no, they won't do it. They're gonna solo Invoker no matter what. It really comes down to whether or not they're gonna put the Pugna in the tri-lane or the Priest of the Moon, and maybe they'll just throw Invoker top, Pugna mid, and then do bottom Venge, Tidehunter. It's a possibility, but if you look at the MYM lineup, they don't really have a super hard carry, so they're gonna be looking to outgank the crap out of the Radiant team and maybe try to get out team fight wins, but they're really gonna have to worry about the Nether Ward. It is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think a very sensible lane is like a Pugna Venge mid, bottom Tide top, and then Invoker bot. But then if you look at the enemy side, there's a high possibility they're going to do offensive tri-lane because they do have Slaughter, one of the best here to go bot on Dire side and put a tri-lane there. If you combine it with, let's say, a Veno and a line, that tri-lane is so scary. And in that instance, you might not want to lane the Invoker bot. So we'll see how each team decides to lane. But I think it is going to be a Lich solo in this case, unless they want to do something like a tri-lane Lich, which can work, but it's just really odd.
Yeah, you get a lot more viability out of him by being able to sacrifice and nuke constantly, and he can shut down once again. He can shut down Invoker and Pugna at least slightly here. He can't push himself that much at all, but his lane contribution is one of the best in the game, bar none. So I'm excited to see how that works out. And luckily, they do also have the Slaughter, so amp damage can be great for giving vision on anybody that tries to go invisible to either pot a multi or Invoker's invis.
Right, it is going to be a Lich support. I see just picked up Chicken Slaughter going on the mid lane. So we might see some sort of a dual lane with Lich and Slaughter mid. That's definitely a possibility. It looks like C, who played the Void last game, is going to be going bot with the Windrunner. And we're going to have line being played by HY. He generally plays a very, very farm role, so this is not a support line. Good to see a non-support line because I feel like Line is such an explosive hero. He's a momentum-based hero. If he gets a quick level 9 or 10 with treads, he could just really take down a lot of these squishy heroes. And if you look at the rating side, they're all squishy heroes.
Yeah, that's definitely true. He's going to be running in the jungle. Looks like he's going to be still in the top lane, which is going to be really cool. For the Radiant team, though, we have Miracle going to be playing Pugna this game, not supporting. Aki is on the Vengeful Spirit. We have Nikwa playing the Tidehunter. Loda is on the Mirana, and finally the last hero is going to be Pycat playing the Invoker. Excited to see how he does.
Yep. I get the stable solo mid player, for CLG. And it is going to be a tri-lane top, Mirana, Tidehunter, and Vengeful Spirit, and that line gotta be... I feel bad for HY. It's going to be a second game in a row where he's going to have a tough time laning. Hastrun gets stitched. No one picks that one up. Interesting. No, they're going to give it to Aki.
I think this is smart. Throw it on the Vengeful Spirit. He can either gank the mid or the bot lane. Venomancer will give vision. And this is a hero that is going to be allowed to start off the chain initiation, more so than the other heroes. Priest of the Moon with the Haste Rune can get attacks off, but the first stun is always the most important, so Vengeful Spirit will be able to get into vision equally, or pretty easily here. Is he going to do anything? I don't know if he's going to throw a stun here. He's thinking about it. I think he might just like back off and switch lanes or not, but yeah, Lion's got to be very careful in these lane setups. If he eats an arrow, he's dead. Lion, a very low HP heroes, and that animation is pretty good, and he's going to use the stun to get... no, he actually missed the last hit there, but going to do a little bit of harassment as well. I'm excited to see how he performs. I wish I saw more Lions in pro games.
It's always odd to see a Pugna on the bot lane on the Radiant side, because you know he's going to be using his Nether Blast a fair bit, and thus will be pushing the lane. And generally the bot lane you want not to be pushed, because you want to stay closer to your tower. That's why you put him bot. But yeah, let's see how that's going to work out here. He is up against a sacrificing Lich, which means it is going to push eventually one way or another. So C is going to have quite a bit of free farm. Going to go for a very standard starting item build for the Windrunner, upgrading to Besatis, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Back in the mid lane, it's going to be quite harass heavy, but once Pycat hits level 2, which he does right now, good luck getting anything done in this lane. I think the laning advantage is going to shift to CLG. They have the better range, they have the better initiation, they have better stuns, and better regen as well. So I don't know how MYM's going to really fight this lane.
Yeah, it's always nice to have an extra hero in the lane as well when you have Cold Snap. Someone else to throw damage to trigger that is going to make a nice little impact. Looks like Tide is going to do a Gale on the line. Is he going to stun this? I think he's just going to do a hit or two. He was really slow there for a little bit. He has already used his Self, and he has 5 tangos left, so he's still pretty survivable, but looks like Slar might be switching to the top lane.
You can check out on the pings. HY is sitting around 600, 700. I think they're going to try to do a lane switch, right? Seems like Tidehunter is going.
That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, Tidehunter Venomancer is going to be going top. Even with the lane switch, though, I'm not too sure whether they are still in the advantage. Maybe they can pick off Nikwa if he's a little bit out of position, but I don't know if how HY is going to fare in the mid lane by himself either. No matter how they swap these lanes, I feel like the Radiant side is still going to have the advantage.
Yeah, and Slar's probably going to have to be supported by the Venomancer either way, so on the bright side, Slar is a lot more tanky than Line is, so if he does eat a Gale and a short-range arrow, he's more likely to survive and can do a little bit more escape, more than a Lion would for sure, because he will have that haste, of course, so looks like HY is going to say, okay, good to go, and we will start the game back up in a second here. And Pug on the bot lane, level 2, going for a fast earn most likely, but still, getting rocked in his lane, undoubtedly.
Supports on both sides, doing a good job checking the runes as it spawns 2 minutes. They're just going to pick that one up. HY journeys down to the mid lane. You see that he has already used a salve. And that fact is not going to help as he's going to go into this lane. It's going to be tough for, he's going to just sap EXP is what he's going to fall for. And Lich comes around as well. I like this lane swap. Finally, this is going to be a good lane. Now, of course, on the bot lane, Winmer is going to have the level advantage against a Pugna. And with this alone, she's basically going to handle the lane fine. Now, dual lane mid versus dual lane mid. We have Sacrifice going alongside MYM being a little bit more defensive. And as they get the tower coverage, they should get the levels there. So very, very good lane swap here by MYM.
Yeah, I think this, like you said, this is very good. Bot lane is equal. Mid lane is slightly in their advantage now because Pycat will get less experience in farm. The only person that's going to get screwed over here, I think, is going to be the Slaughter on the top lane. But if the pulling continues to go well from Freedom, he's going to do a double pull with a big camp. I think he might get this pulled off. If he gets this effectively, it's going to be looking really good. Best way to deny, and they're not even going to have any idea where he is. So very, very cool adjustment here.
Yes, you can pull this level 1 camp. This is a Dota... you could do this in Dota 1 as well, but pulling has been a lot easier in Dota 2 as the aggro range was a lot bigger. And looks like he's doing a double pull out of nowhere, and these guys, where the hell are they? They're going to do a pull themselves using this level 1 camp here, or high level camp here on the Radiant side. Pretty nicely done. But back in the mid lane here, Tia hits level 3, and the question is, will he get an extra level of Sacrifice, or will he get the level of the nuke? We'll see.
Yeah, he's going somewhere right now. Maybe he's going to switch lanes or something. I'm not really sure. It's going to give Lion solo EXP this way at least. He might get a burst possibility. But once again, Vengeful Spirit is getting half of the EXP in this lane, so she's up to level 3, which is going to make her an absolute threat here. And Lich coming on past, he's going to check for the creeps, and the creeps are not actually there, so he realizes they probably have a ward up. They know him here, and do I really want to wait and go for a gank? He might just shift back to the bot lane, or back to the mid lane.
MYM supports running past every single ward possible, just, saying hi to the guys, and looks like another pull here being done by Lich, and that one's gonna go off. Yep, that's cool stuff. And of course he will be sacrificing those creeps as they go. Venomancer goes on the top lane. Hastering gets picked up by the Lion. No bottle, but he does have the boots, and yeah, that's a very, very good move that he opted for the boosters. Survivability, not regen, is his concern right now, so... Pycat's still farming up, and look at him. He's got a phase boot finish. So if this line is ever just a little out of position, he's dead.
Yeah, he's gonna be hitting for what is that? About 75 damage. That will be reduced a little bit by armor, of course. But once you get those phase boots up, it really just cinches in Invoker's lane control here. He might even throw a stun. No, they're gonna trade a few hits though. And HY hitting level 5, gonna pick up another Impale. He's gonna be getting his ulti at 6, and he will have a lane advantage over the Invoker. The arrow's gonna come through. Oh, it's gonna land on the Venomancer on the top lane. He's gonna need a gush. He might still survive this, but the Vengeful Spirit can be looking to throw us on. Probably the Gale will land, and Mirana gets the first blood. That's going to be Loda picking that up, which is really good for CLG.
Yep, Loda picking up the first blood. I think he's going to use it to upgrade it to a Treads or maybe a Phase Boot. We'll see. Vengeful Spirit comes around on the mid lane. They could easily set up a kill on the Lion. Lion not level 6 yet, so he can't do a last minute ditch effort to kill anything at this point. So we will see. I think he does know something is up, so he's going to back off for now. Vengeful Spirit reveals herself. I'm going to be going back to the top mid. No. Just not too sure. Running a marathon around, losing some calories.
Yeah, Lion will have vision of her. Not a little. He's not too afraid here. He's kind of dancing an interesting dance here. There's the stun coming out. Aki's gonna get like 2 hits in here, but he's gonna be fine. Now Lion does not have his ulti. Actually, he's gonna stun again. There's the cold snap though. That's gonna keep him running away there. But he only takes a little bit, and that's his last tango.
Yep.
So.
He will have bottle coming up soon. He does have 700 gold. Here we go. The Radiant side in the jungle of the Dire. Nikwa gets a little bit spotted out on both sides. Gonna go for the rune, and it is gonna be on the bot lane. Aki's gonna find himself an Invis rune. Good for him.
Yeah, definitely too. I'm kind of curious why more pro teams don't pull this small ward camp on the top lane. Like they've done it like 3 or 4 times now.
Level 1 camp?
I haven't seen that forever. Yeah, the really, really weak camp there. You know, once the creep gets warded, why not just pull that one endlessly? You know.
I guess if you pull the normal camp that Lich is pulling right now, if your carry gets initiated on you, or you can at least go for a little bit of help. But if you're pulling the level 1 camp, your carry gets ganked, he's done. He's not getting any help. So
that is true.
We'll see. Venomancer helping out on the top lane. We have so much lane switching going on. If lane switching is happening in this high frequency, I think it's going to benefit the silent heroes, such as the Mirana and the Windrunner, who's just kind of chilling there for a long time. They're getting more experience than anyone else. Potom hitting level 5, and Lion looking for someone. He is level 6. Maybe he's trying to find a Pugna. Pugna is a one-hit kill at this point. If he sees him, we'll see.
Yeah, it's definitely something he's going to be going for, if possible. Surprising that he's... Oh, yeah, okay, he is level 6. He's getting behind here. There's the Nether Blast, and the ward goes down. There's the first stun. Are they going to take out the... No, they're not going to take out the ward. They're going to take a lot of nuke damage, though. That the ward did quite a bit there. Lion taking about 200 damage just from using his Hex and his stun there. But they do get the kill, and he saves his ulti.
Back on the top lane, 5-second era on Tia. Tia's going to get right-click down. The question is, how much are they going to pay? Actually, Starter comes around, and maybe Lich is going to live. Lich is going to die, but Mirana is going to do so as well. Someone get the last hit. Yes, they are going to get the last hit. Now Nikwa in a little bit of trouble. Look at all those Supreme wards doing a little bit of residual damage. We're going to have another crush, and Nikwa is... Whoa, yo, is he lagging? I guess so.
He got blocked, I bet.
Yeah, maybe so. But now Invoker comes in. Tidehunter gets to live, and now Freedom in a little bit of trouble. He's going to take a tornado in the face. A couple of right clicks with a phase beat. He's going to do the job. Miss one. Miss. No. Okay.
That would have been pretty funny if he missed the second time. But he is level 6 now. He's got his Bracer with his phase boots. Very survivable. It's so easy to clean up kills with Invoker using Tornado and Cold Snap. And he does get the Venomancer release. But yeah, looks like Starter had a pathing mistake. He probably tried to right-click in front of the Tidehunter, but was blocked, so the pathing told him that he had to run all the way around, and that's why he did back up a little bit there. Would have been a tough kill to get either way, because Tidehunter is pretty tanky there, but pretty good team fight for them at least. I'm surprised Lich didn't back off. I feel like he could have maybe escaped from Tidehunter. Instead, he threw a couple extra attacks to guarantee the kill upon him, but whatever. Game's still pretty equal, so not huge mistakes on either side.
Goal difference chart, minuscule amount, less than 100. Now Lion runs right in. He's going to be in trouble. Cold Snap on top of him. Tornado gives him a little bit more time for Tidehunter to TP, and HY drops down a nuke and goes down. Very aggressive play from HY, and rightfully so. He is holding a phase boot. If you're going to be aggressive, yeah, buy that phase boot, going to give him mobility. Unfortunately, he's not going to have too much mana to cast all his spells. He is one of the most mana-intensive hero there is. Slar is going to run right into a Tidehunter, and this Ty got to really be careful.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a mistake there. I liked the support TP coming from Tide immediately. That absolutely sealed the deal, because as soon as they got the first disable off on lineup, he really wanted to probably burst somebody down, but you know, they played that really well. CLG played that perfectly, shut down the line. Now his ball is pretty much not rolling anywhere. He's still level 6, hasn't leveled up yet. He did gank the Pugna on the bot lane, but I think that's the only experience he's gotten since he hit level 6, and that's kind of a mistake, because now he's not going to have a level advantage over anybody else, or at least a lot of the heroes, and his nukes are going to do a little bit less.
CLG doing an excellent job keeping up wards, and in a game like this where everyone's roaming line, there's a line with phase boot, it is so important to get up wards. So it is up to MYM to get some smoke ganks going on, get some TP ganks, because these ward coverage just simply too good. Mirana is very gankable on the top lane, Pugna is very gankable on the bot lane. So let's see what HY is going to do. He's going to go on the bot and secure himself the 10 rune if he spawns there.
And it looks like they're going to find the Lich. There's a Gale, or I'm sorry, a Gush. And Lich is going to survive there. He pops his Salve. Slaughter taking a couple hits now. Courier is, looks like they want to take the Courier, but not going to grab him. Ward's picked up on Lich, and now
here comes
lane pushing a little bit.
Pycat looking for a kill. He's going to find Slaughter behind the tower. The creep's going to provide him sight. And at this point, Pycat is probably the best ganker in the game. Never mind the line, never mind whoever else. But Pycat's going to TP on the bot lane, help out his teammates. Tornado is going to hit no one, and that's going to be the end of that engagement.
He's going to still be aggressive, though. I think he's just going to get a couple hits in here. Not going to get a whole lot out of a Cold Snap. And Miracle going to use Life Drain. It is so good for regenerating your HP. Spend 125 mana and your HP can get up to full. Or at least you can get a couple hundred out of a creep. So that works out very nice. And Pycat hasn't really contributed anything either here. I mean, he tried to get greedy and grab the double tornado, but did not work out. He's going to find a Venom, so this is bad for Veno. There's the Cold Snap, perfectly used, and just needs one more attack. Yeah, the tornado will score that kill there. Spending a little bit more mana than he might have needed to, but that absolutely sealed the deal.
MYM on the top lane, trapped between the trees, went for the kill on Nikwa, and the double Starfall got a kill here. HY try Finger of Death gets one kill. Phase Boot is already can be spammed. He's not spamming it right now. Bounce off a Hex, and it's gonna be phasing out. But here comes Pycat, gonna get the last hit there, dominating streak out Pycat. 8-4 in favor of CLG. Goal difference climbing rapidly for the Radiant side, and mid push might be coming. They're not gonna destroy the tower, but they're gonna do some nice points of damage to it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. He's gonna pop a Clarity Potion here, clear the creep wave. He has his Drum of Endurance up as well as his Magic Wand. Where's he gonna go from here? Who knows? It could be a I think a Yule Scepter would actually be pretty good in this game, just to send Slardar up in the air during the team fights, or even like wait till Windrunner pops a Windrun, you can throw her up. Something like that is going to be an option. But he could also just go for really fast Agnum Scepter because he does have a lot of kills. He's 4-0-0, 48 CS on him. The only person that's matching him on the Dire team is Windrunner at 50, but man, it's going to be a tough game for the Dire team because of this Invoker.
Yeah, Women are actually doing a very good job. Not only is she farming very well, she's keeping Pugna from farming as well. And Pugna is one of those heroes that needs quite a bit of levels to be truly effective. You want the wards, you want the Decreptified, and you want HP is very important for him as his stats growth. He has like what 4 int growth and like 1 strength growth. Is so weak, so he needs a lot of gold to trying to get a bracer or two as well. He's got the urns and an arcane boots, but really still very far away from making a huge impact in the game. Lying back on the top lane, level 8, he hasn't actually gone back to the mid anymore after he hit 6. I like this, but unfortunately they don't really have a good hero to hold the mid lane either, so it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it definitely will be. And the Radiant team is going to spot everybody else. Pugna actually went to the top lane instead of going back bottom. So he's going to be looking to do wards and decrep blasts as well as some life drain possibly. Windrunner is here as well, so it's going to be a little bit of a team engagement. It looks like a 4-on-3, so the Radiant team would be wise not to go in there. Ravage is good to go on Tidehunter, but he's not going to eat a Shackle there. He's thinking about doing a Ravage. He's going to gush on the line though, and he's going to pop Clarity Potion to heal back up. Actually, that was a little bit of a waste. Somebody popped Arcane Boots.
Back in the mid lane, Pycat just, you know, pushing a tower by himself. Nothing to like a boss. Venomancer wards face behind the tower because Pycat's just farming off the wards. And here we go, we have a gank coming in. There's no ward support on the Radiant side, so Pycat does not know. Now he does. Can we get a Hex off? No, it looks like both teams very defensive.
Well, I think Lion already made that mistake earlier. He was like, I'm going to be offensive, and then he died. So it might be a little bit what he's worrying about there. He's going to drop the Earth Spike and grab 3 free CS, and there's a team fight on the top lane. Looks like they're going to find a couple of heroes trapped to one another. Arrow lands on the Lich. Will Lich survive? Will he get the Chain Frost off? Big Shackle. It's going to make Chain Frost do a lot, but it jumps the Mud Golem. Tide goes down, but he does get the Ravage off. Priest Moon now dead, and the Radiant team not doing good. Venomancer, good stun from Slaughter. Absolutely saves Veno, but he still goes down. Finger of Death, to pick up the Vengeful Spirit. He eats a stun, and he might survive. Needs one more hit here to get him, but no, he does get picked off. Swap, and the hit from Slaughter cleans up. Is he going to go for Pycat? I think this is a bad fight for him. He does not have nearly as much farm. Pycat now chasing. He does have Cold Snap. There's his phase boots popped, and there's the Cold Snap going down. Takes a couple more hits. I think he's going to probably survive this. Just needs to run away.
Tornado, 25-second cooldown. One more hit's going to do. He bashed up on the high ground. Props is 1, and Sprint going to get out. And are we going to see some magical Sunstrike? No, it's not going to have enough time for the cooldown invoke. And Slaughter's going to be back in the base.
Yeah, I thought Slaughter misplayed that just a little bit there. I feel like he could have just ran away, but what he wanted to wait for there was to get that stun off, and his sprint was off cooldown, or was on cooldown. So he had to wait for the sprint cooldown to come off, and he had to disable Pycat so that he could run away for 2.5 seconds and not get him to disable it. But that was close, man. He almost got that kill.
Back on the top lane, Slaughter TP's right and take a gush to his face. One cool trick that if you're a any type of hero, if you're TPing in a tower, if you could drop off a spell, do it, because you're going to be still experiencing a little bit of the fountain regen 3 seconds after you're still experiencing regen. So if you're like a Pugna or any caster, you can just lob off a spell and basically regen almost back to full. Arrow's going to hit on Slardar, half HP already. Any support coming in? No, Windrunner somewhere gets a kill. Yellow comes in from behind. They really want the Slardar gushes, make sure you're going to get the job. He pops this magic wand, survives with 1 hit. Mirana's going to get Nico, very low HP. Do we have anyone else coming in? Tia coming right in. Shouldn't get the right click off. And, oh, he's going to get 1 more hit. That's going to do it. No, Mirana comes right in to scare him away. No more mana on Tia. And look at her damage output at this point. Freedom comes in. Can he get a kill? Can he get a gale off on the Mirana? No, not even going to attempt this. It's going to back off. Wow.
Very good play there by the Lich. Playing very safe. You know, he realized, oh god, I want that Tidehunter. He takes 2 hits, but it's just not safe to go for it. The top tower is actually deniable. 79 HP. They did not notice. Pretty big mistake there. CLG on the bot lane pushing now. Looking to do some tower damage. The mana of Pugna, though, is very low. Down to 200 here. He may do a blast just to work the HP down a little bit here, but it's going to actually take 2 hits. Pops Arcane Boots. He's actually got 4 earn charges. Wow. Very high amount of earn charges. Don't normally see that many.
Yep. And earn charges in such early stage of the game so effective in terms of it's a 200 damage nuke. Well, not really a nuke, but you guys get what I'm saying. So against low HP heroes, it's just line. It's definitely a very good good item to kill with. And we do see Lion going for a Smoke of Deceit. Will be bringing it to himself, and that's what I'm saying earlier. You gotta get the smoke gangs off, especially if the enemy team is being so defensive. And so far I don't feel like this line is being too effective or effective at all. Mid tower is deniable as well, but they are not denying it. I think they're about to lose a lot of gold here.
Yeah, hopefully they notice those things, but I don't think they will. Sometimes you just pay attention to other stuff. There's smoke up on Vengeful Spirit and Invoker, but they're going to run into the counter gank here. Are they going to have a fight? It looks like they're all going to back up here. A little luckier for the Radiant team. And they're going after the Pugna. They want the kill. Are they going to get disable? They do have phase boots up. He drops the ward. He knows that he's in trouble. Priest Moon is going to ulti as well, and they're just going to give up on that. They know that they have to stop to kill another ward. Top tower goes down. Arrow's coming through, going to try to catch the Slardar. Arrow will land. Nice gush, keeps him in position. They're going to be not following up on it. He's just a little too tanky, unfortunately. And somebody cancels their TP. I don't know who that was, but somebody almost teleported up.
Venomancer TP's right in, but very unfortunate. They're going to back off. Radiant team's going to back off for now. I feel like Radiant's controlling this game a lot better. As you see engagement on the bot lane. Urn gets dropped on Razor C, and now Aki a little bit trouble. There is an Impale. A Finger of Death is going to make sure to get killed. No, they're going to right click because they don't need a finger. Yeah, there's a right click, and I do believe Pugna is going to be dead. If he fingers himself, he's going to zap like crazy. Still no finger, not necessary because ward was down as well. I do like how HY is keeping his Finger of Death. This is like a third or fourth gank. I've seen him to hold on to the finger even though he could instantly get a kill and move on. A lot of pub players like, oh, my kill. I'm going to just snap that one up. But it's a fairly heavy cooldown earlier on, so he's keeping his mana high, keeping his cooldown ready to make sure he could get LE side. But after that 2 kills, he's up to 1k go. Going to be upgrading some magic wands and whatnot, and go for more ganks.
Damn, dude, a magic wand. He is so rich now. It's about time he got something other than phase boots. But yeah, playing very safe. He's going to pop on another smoke. So many smokes going off. I love the playstyle. Not spending any time farming. Is the Lich going to go down? He does drop the Frost Armor. He can nuke down Invoker. Windrunner is here as well, but they got a little scared. Surprisingly, despite Invoker being completely surrounded, he does get Force Staff. Are we going to see a stun coming? No, there's no mana left on Slardar. He gets a bash off there. Shackle Shot's going to momentarily stop on another bash. I can't believe it. I'm going to get another nuke. The entire Dire team is trying to get this kill, but not going to find it. Pugna coming in, drops the ward. Big nukes on Lich now, and Aki looking for a stun. We'll put it down on Windrunner. Decrep goes on the ward to keep it alive here, and Lich making a mistake, running in there for no reason. The EMP is going to get the kill. He had no HP there. There's a swap now. I see a Finger of Death going down. Nobody's died yet, though. And going after the Windrunner now, chasing him back by the bot rune.
Windrunner takes a gush to face. Mech already cooled down, but look at that Shackle Shot on 2. Here comes Slaughter. Still no mana. Is Gale going to hit? Gale is going to hit on Nikwa. Nikwa is going to be dead. He does have Ravage. I wonder what he's going to use. In no time to use an Aki. A little bit stunned up. And here comes the Invoker. I think he bought back after that engagement. Shackle Shot not going to latch. And EMP is going to seal the deal and push everyone away. And now we have Freedom in a little bit of trouble. And his Freedom will be taken away as Arrow right on top. Loda coming out of nowhere. Make sure they get the kill. And that was a kind of a cluster F. Don't know really who came out ahead of that, but it's Radiant pushing as they do have the momentary advantage. And when you're pushing with Pugna like this, your tower is basically dead. He can even pop his buckler right now for a little bit of armor bonus on the creeps. I guess he forgot about that, but yeah, they could just bring down this tower very easily. Yeah,
that's definitely true. And it looks like Potom going for a really fast Yasha here. Pugna does have his mech finish, just has the recipe on the career. It's actually a very cool item build to go with him since his mana pool is so ridiculously high because of his int gain. Especially with an Arcane Boots on top of that, you can really afford the mana to spend the mech. And since he's so squishy himself, it's nice to have that burst heal there. I'm not really sure what he's going to get after this. Maybe a Black King bar would be pretty smart, I think. That's probably what I would get on a Pugna after that point.
Oh, HY dodges the Tornado. EMP is going to drain his mana. Pycat gonna Ghost Walk on out. Oh, Arrow.
On his own team.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna miss, so Radiant team looking to push now. Tidehunter, level 9, still has his Ravage. He does have 2 salve actually on his hero, which I kind of like that. Just in case he can back up from a battle, pop a salve, and then come back in. If he has the mana, which he probably will, because he has Arcane Boots. So I think that's very smart. Spend 200 gold like that gives you a little bit more teamfight contribution if it's a long drawn out one. Vengeful Spirit coming to the bot lane with a Hadrian. Level 10, very highly leveled Vengeful Spirit, partially because he sat mid most of the early game. But that's going to be a big contribution once his Nether Swap gets to level 2.
Yep. Right now we're seeing about 8,000 gold difference in favor of the Radiant side. I feel like Radiant's going to slow roll this game to victory, but one thing they do have to worry about, if MYM's going to lead a comeback, it is going to be done on the back of that Slaughter. Slaughter needed to have some sort of initiation. Right now the only way he could get into a fight is if there's a Shackle Shot on 2 heroes, or if Lion gets a perfect Impale on 2 or 3, but it's just difficult to go into the Radiant side. They have EMP Tornado, big AoE spells, they have a ward. If you drop them down, you have to deal with the ward first as well. And I feel like because of all those spells and Vengeful Spirit, Tidehunter being great deterrents as well, because all those heroes, it's so difficult to run into the Radiant side that you almost need something like a Blink Dagger initiation from the Slaughter, and as I say that, Lion picks that one up. So they need to bypass a lot of these heroes to go for pickoffs. I think the team fight potential is just heavily in the favor of the Radiant side. CLG is smoke up, and then they're going to find a winner. Let's see if they're going to jump on this one.
Yeah, Tide's going to be getting behind her. He's going to gush right off the bat, getting ready for the Ravage. I like how he's being really patient here. There's the vision and the false stun. Oh my gosh, it came from every side. But he pops the mech. Chain Frost coming through, going to do a lot of damage. Tidehunter hasn't quite popped his Ravage yet, and another good Shackle Shot. How is C still alive here? I can't believe it. There's the D-Trap and the Blast. That's going to be a lot of trouble for Windrunner. She is going to get picked off there, and the Ravage doing good damage. And the Finger of Death coming through, but wow, not going to score a kill on Pycat. He's going to survive there with the Force Staff, and Lion immediately teleports out. So they popped all their ultis, but it just was not enough to gold advantage. Too much for the Radiant team.
Yep, the HP advantage helping out. Of course, Mega was used by Pugna. Pugna getting for a Vid booster, so maybe a Vanguard. I don't know, maybe a... Well, we'll see. A lot of choices to go from that one. And they're going to just push right in for the racks here, as everyone mostly dead, but because we're so early in the game, they're going to respawn very, very quickly. Unfortunately for them, no one has an ultimate, so that's going to really, really hurt the defensive capability. Tower already half HP down. Miracle very low on the mana, that's an issue. He does have Urn Charge to heal everyone up. And here we go. I think that's going to be the end of that push. But they did some very, very good damage to their tower, and got themselves quite a bit of map control as well.
Yeah, I like what Potom did there. Landed the arrow on the Venomancer. I mean, what Pycat did, and he followed it up with the Tornado. Venomancer has very low early HP, so he just lowered his HP a whole lot down. That way he would have had to go back to heal just in case he felt like diving in. Chase down Slaughter now, looking for a Cold Snap. They do have actually a 1 second cooldown on the Tornado. Are they going to be able to get the Slaughter? Tornado is going to score a hit, but he does not have Invoke. Here comes Cold Snap. No, it's on cooldown, and Deafening Blast at the last second to disable the TP. Now Slaughter in a lot of trouble. He will get a stun off, but that's going to be it. He does get picked off there. Very, very nice gank by Pycat.
Interesting choice to try to TP out against Invoker. He's one of the heroes that you could never really get a TP off, but maybe he was calculating Invoke cooldown, some crazy mathematics stuff going on, but that was a miscalc, and he paid for it. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Loda farming it up as well. Gonna have his Mantis out in just 100 gold.
Alright, and a little bit of playful fun shit talking. I don't know which one it is. I didn't see the arrow. I'm guessing it sounds like he missed it. Isaac, can he power shot this? No. Miran almost has her Mantis style, and looks like more aggression coming from CLG in the mid lane. Tornadoes, God, it's so far. Shoots so far, man. Max Wex Tornadoes are ridiculous. And I think they may want to be taking the bot tower before they end up going for Rax.
I'm still going to stand by my decision to say that should have gave away the Anti-Mage. Because Pycat Invoker, look at him. He is so effective this game. Right now he's sitting at 10-1-3 with about 100 CS in 25 minutes. Not the best CSing, but if you're getting 10-1-3, I think that's fine. He's going to go for a point booster. Going to go for the Aghanim after Hex and Drums. Very, very standard build. And Roshan is going to be theirs. I wonder if... I think Loda's going to pick this one up, as he does have inventory. Mantis out is coming in as well. And I'm not too sure what MYM could do about this. The Slaughter is just not farm at all. Even if he gets a Blink Dagger at this point, which I was advocating for earlier, even if he gets it right now, he's just not tanky enough. He could just blink in, initiate, and basically die at this point, because the stuns are just numerous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely true. And Tidehunter actually picks up a Staff of Wizardry. Looks like he's going to go for a Force Staff. Probably. Maybe a Eul Scepter, probably a Force Staff, I would guess. It's going to give him decent initiation as well as being able to run away or help out allies. So I actually really like that item choice. And Radiant Team's going to back up. They're scared. The Power Shot came through. I think they're scared of a Chain Frost. I think that's pretty safe to say.
Right.
They're worried about that Chain Frost more than anything else. I can just win a team fight if they get lucky. The arrow, nice dodge by Tia there. He's going to need a Gale and the Wave of Terror, but he's going to be fine there. That was a good arrow dodge. That could have been his death for sure, and the start of a team fight.
Yeah, Radiant, the Dire side still has a lot of WTF teamfight capability, and by the WTF, what it means like a two-man Shackle, a Chain Frost bouncing onto, like those are things that you can't really account for, but it definitely can happen. If Lion gets a really good pick off against, let's say, Miracle or Invoker, the teamfight could just swing very, very big time. And HY is gonna find the Loda. There's the Finger of Death. Can we get the perfect chain stun? She's gonna Manta and leap out. Ooh, that was not the best chain stun coming from MYM, and now Razor C and the Lion gotta back off. They do find a haste rune. Arrow is. Okay, we're good. Get the haste! What is he?
He's gonna eat the stun. It's one of those times when you're like, grab the haste and run, and you're just a little bit too late. They're gonna clear the creep wave. That's gonna stop giving them vision. He's completely out of mana there. Haste double damage, man. It's a dangerous rune combination.
Haste double damage going back to the fountain. Strong rune. Meanwhile, when that was happening, we had a Miracle and Pycat taking the bot tower. So tower advantage continue to fall, and Radiant side has lost 0 towers.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Dire has, well, all but their base tower are done. Gold difference. It's pretty ugly stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Slardar is literally their main hope here. Maybe Windrunner or Lion can make fancy things happen, but Slardar has a lot of tank right now, Vanguard, and the Power Treads, as well as that Ogre Club. So he's pretty survivable here. It looks like the Priest and Moon Illusions are going to spot him out, though. And he's going to immediately pop haste, and then he realizes, oh, it's just an illusion, and he's going to run away.
Yep, he's going to be going for a Black King bar. He's going to have like a small, and by small I mean tiny window opportunity. Once he finishes the BKB, it's about like one fight where that BKB is going to do something before he gets out DPS. And even that, I'm not too sure, because once he gets BKB, he's basically invulnerable until the Mirana could right-click him down. Mirana right now, 1k go after Man Style, going to be working for that MKB, or maybe BKB, but in either case, she's going to be doing quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, it's going to make a big difference. And Lion picks up an Ogre Club himself, probably going for the same thing. BKBs all around, they're really worried about the chain disable. BKB is actually a very, very good item choice if you're worried about the annoying that is Invoker. EMP Tornado, don't have to worry about Deafening Blast, don't have to worry about Cold Snap, nothing. He's going to be able to attack you, maybe do Forge Spirits or something, but that's a very extreme situation. He could do an Ice Wall, that does go through Black King Bar, but once their team, it's going to be an interesting team fight. They all get their BKBs. I think it's going to be one of those times where 3 heroes BKB and Tidehunter stands there for like 10 seconds and waits to ulti or something like that.
Windrunner on the bot lane might be in a little bit of trouble. Does have the Force Staff, going to use it right now. The team chasing it. Here's that long tornado, gonna get evaded, and she's gonna be back in the base. No problem. I do believe, at least in Dota 1, I do believe that EMP goes through.
Really, does it?
I know it burns the mana, but may not do the damage.
Oh,
it's always those
annoying.
weird mechanic interaction. It looks like the Roshan is gonna get engaged upon. Someone decreptified. That's gonna slow down the Roshan engage. Here's the minus armor from Vengeful Spirit. Lion not defending this one. They're gonna give away the Aegis for free, and I do not believe that is the right choice. But I don't think they can even go for it, even if they, are all there.
We have a melee creep destroying a Observer Ward on the mid lane. That was pretty funny. They had a Sentry Ward in position, and then an Observer Ward came down. Not very often that you see that happening. Nice little luck out there, but they did get the Roshan, so Aegis went down. Who grabbed that, though? Is it, yeah, it is going to be Invoker. He's going to be really aggressive. He's got Zaghanim Scepter. Prepare to see magic happen, guys.
A lot of magic casting, and guess what? There's no Nether Ward down on against him, so he's going to cast away. He does have an okay mana pool to work with. The spells get, pretty expensive if you're cycling through them. He's still looking for level 17 for his last level Invoke, so he could get a 2-second cooldown on all of his spells.
Yeah, it's going to be really nice. You might as well be playing WTF mode at that point. They're going to kill that Sentry Ward? Or yeah, they do actually have a gem now. A gem is up on Aki. Just Treads, Wand, and a gem. The true support. Spending his gold on wards and other important things. He's level 12 as well, so swap is very, very good. And no new items unknown. Pugna just picks up an ultimate orb. So probably going to just wanted the vitality booster to increase his HP and going to go for a sheep stick next.
Yep, Force Staff is finished on the Tidehunter, as you said. He's going to be forcing right in. And here go all those wards down, but I don't think it will be enough to defend this push. As Shackle Shot is going to latch. There's a swap in for the Windrunner. Ravage is going to be right there. Chain Frost bouncing left, right. Windrunner gets picked up in the air. She's going to be dying. Do we have buyback? That is the question. Slaughter gets right in. Give me a crush. No crush. Yes, high swap being dropped down right now. It's mana pool being drained by the EMP Tornado and the Nether Ward. One of the biggest underestimating power of that Nether Ward is it does drain your mana as well. And for a hero such as Slaughter, that made all the big difference. If you got a 3-man crush in front of tower like that, that team fight could have changed. But unfortunately, Ward 2 OP.
Yeah, no kidding. It really does make a big difference. He's going to buy a BKB recipe, dropping that on the ground. Yeah, once they get their mana drain and have another ward there, their mana is going to stay low. Unless they have arcane boots to cover them. They only have one currently. It's sitting on the Venomancer, I think. Yeah, and that's it. I hear a Shackle Shot, but the Gush goes down on Windrunner. Windrunner in control. There's the swap. Netherward is down once again. It's taking pretty good damage. It does get picked off right off the bat. Stunned from the line now. Slither Crush lands down on Pycat, but he's not visible. Changing targets. Ravage is going to do a lot of damage, and that's it for Slardar. Lion's going to get followed up on as well. Nice Ice Wall, and even going to pick up the Lich, man. Excellent execution there by CLG, cleaning up that team fight.
Moonlight Shadow is a spell that you should never underestimate it. Slaughter was able to get a 3 or 4 man crush. Moonlight Shadow was up. Slaughter got confused, and now he's back in the fountain to think about why Moonlight Shadow is so OP. As that Nikwa Ravage gonna force a GG after that successful team fight. Double racks coming here, and the series gonna be split 1-1. MYM taking game number 1, CLG taking game number 2. Very well played on both sides.
Yeah, definitely a really fun game to watch here at the end, but Invoker OP, man, that's the thing to talk about. I mean, Windrunner's a good hero, and they picked up a Lich as well, I believe, but they just did too much swapping in the early game, and Pycat was able to go 12-1-7.
Should gave away that anti-mage.
Maybe.
You keep calling that.
It's hard to say.
Said Rex is gonna get destroyed. Pugna, despite not having the best laning, his skill set is just so good. That's why he was the last counter pick here from Loda against this squad.
It's a nice force staff going on the Slaughter. Put him in position, gave him more stuns than he probably expected. The EMP's gonna drain his mana, and now he's gonna die. Man, I like that force staff on Tide. I'm gonna have to do that. It's pretty cool.
Yep. I like force staff animation when it push you forward. Like, it really feels like they're being pushed forward, like their arms are raised in the air.
Yeah.
Going against the momentum and stuff like that. Pretty cool stuff. There's a Death Laser on Pycat.
I love that animation he gives. That's what.
Alright, that's it for our broadcast today. We'll be back on Friday. You can check out the schedule on ThePremierLeague.com/TPL for what is going to be happening. Also, follow TPL's Facebook page for the latest update and everything else. Hope you guys enjoyed today's broadcast. I am Luminous from ThePremierLeague.com. You can check me on YouTube, user/Luminousinverse. And of course, Purge Gamer is Purge Gamer everywhere else. Same thing with YouTube, YouTube/user Purge Gamers. And I believe that's it. Any final words?
No, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Alright. That's it for our broadcast today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, Luminous and Purge, signing off.